So today I'm going to head to the park because this next essay that I'm going to read, I just wanted to take you to a different world. So let's go somewhere a little bit more interesting. Okay, so I have my first essay. This is going to be the uchicago creative essay. So we had the opportunity to either make up our own prompts, or we could go and look at the old uchicago prompts, or we could use one of the prompts that they gave us. And what I chose to do is look at one of the old uchicago prompts, and the one that I chose was, "You're on a voyage in the 13th century, sailing across the tempestuous sea. What if suddenly you fell off the edge of the earth?" I'm going to start reading my essay. "My mother once told me that there are dragons that soar beyond the edge of the world, and those who are courageous enough to trek across the treacherous sea are carried off the boundary and taken to a realm of never-ending sky, trapping them in time, forever soaring across the endless universe. There are titanic, fire-breathing dragons with wings that span as far as the eye can see, unfathomably huge, monstrous beasts that can send a large Viking ship with 100 men sinking to the deepest point of the ocean, never to be seen again. She said that in the middle of the water, finding a dragon almost certainly means that your life is over. But if you are skilled enough to make it to the ends of the earth and brave enough to touch the edge, you will fall and you will fly." I bet you can't guess what my favorite movie is from reading this essay. "I put a hand on my horned helmet to keep it from blowing away as a result of the powerful winds. The voice of the myth rang in my ears as I strode unsteadily along the deck of the elongated ship, and when I reached the front, I peered over the edge to get a breath of the sea ahead of us. The silver moon was reflecting pale light on the ocean's capricious waters, illuminating large ripples that were the result of the pouring rain. For all my months at sea, I had never seen a night like this one. The waves crashed against our ship, causing it to rock violently. The night carried on, the rain fell harder, and the waves grew larger, traitorously thrashing our ship around as though they were attempting to throw us into the ocean. My crewmates and I worked feverishly to bucket the water on the deck in order to stop us from sinking, but the onslaught of torrential showers was unforgiving. As we attempted to save our ship from being devoured by the tumultuous sea, I heard the sound of rushing water falling, but never crashing at the touch of land. There was a waterfall ahead." Hold on, the sun's rays are way too vibrant right now. Ugh, the darn sun. Sorry, I had to switch up the angle. Okay, this is better. Sorry, I had to switch up the angle. The elements were getting to me. "How could a waterfall exist in the middle of the ocean? It must have meant the end of the world. It took too much force to row the wooden vessel away from the thunderous drop-off. As the fog began to hinder my sight, I heard a loud snap echo from somewhere in the ship, and water began rushing onto the deck. My crewmates rushed to the back of the vessel, but I ran to the front, hurtling myself onto the ship's bow and trying to see beyond the fog. I could see nothing but miles upon miles of clouds, and when I looked down, there was only a dark abyss below me. I closed my eyes and reached into the obscurity of the night, a desperate attempt to grasp hope with one outstretched hand, and then there was silence. I was never met with a drop-off, nor did I drown in the rain, yet the sound of rushing water and crashing waves no longer touched my ears. All that could be heard was the sound of whispering wind. When I opened my eyes, I could see the sun shining on a world of ivory. The warmth sent shivers through my body. It was a welcome sensation, as I had grown accustomed to the below-freezing temperatures that I had experienced on the deck of the ship. I took a deep breath through my mouth. There was no salt in the air here, wherever here was. I gained the courage to look down. The yellow sun reflected pastel light on dark shimmering scales. They were entrancing, almost holographic, as black shifted to green and blue and then yellow under the sun's rays. The dragon made no sound and didn't even seem to notice that it was carrying me. I began to think that it caught me because I had been the only one to reach for it in the darkness, the only one brave enough to touch the edge. I looked to my left and saw preposterously huge wings spanning so far that I could imagine they'd go on endlessly. I turned to look behind me, but there was nothing. I turned to face the sun that had once existed in front of me, but it seemed to have disappeared as well. All that was left was a boundless plain of nothingness, and yet the dragon continued to fly forward. We rode in the bliss of non-existence for only a few moments before the void was lit by 1,000 resplendent stars. There was nothing but limitless sky ahead, yet my gaze was pulled to the earth behind me. We had been right all along, for the world was flat and as thin as the pages of a book. But as I continued to watch the planet take shape, I realized that perhaps it was an imperfect sphere. Now it seemed to be a mirror, a reflection of the endless sky ahead. No, the world is a coin, a small, insignificant gold coin, like the ones we Vikings collect greedily on my island. I could hardly peel my gaze away from the ever-evolving planet. Within the blink of an eye, it took a new form, and then another. How on earth could I ever be able to face the adversity of society that was forever mutating, yet limiting itself to the values of materialism? We've kind of diverged a little bit. Materialism, capitalism, classism. Ugh, getting all the little Viking problems. An insipid, imperfect, narcissistic, greedy planet that would never be satisfied. I looked away from the menacing sight and peered down. I was on the back of a dragon, soaring towards a future in the sun. The world was a macrocosm, yet as we drifted further away from it, it seemed to grow more insignificant. The space ahead of me was unceasing, unlike the land and sea on Earth that seemingly ended too soon. I had grown satisfied with the world of limited possibilities when there was a universe just off the edge of the ocean. I could only wish that I had fallen sooner. In that moment, I decided that I would stay here, suspended in time, forever drifting beyond the limits of the tangible Earth in hopes of finding something greater than any thin sheet of paper, any sphere or mirror or a gold coin. My world is now limitless. Wow. Wonderful, amazing. This one was definitely my favorite. Also, my socks are stars. I made my socks stars just for this one essay. My friends know that my favorite movie, of all time, is How to Train Your Dragon, and this is definitely taking a lot of inspiration from that. It's I just really like dragons. I think that this essay worked for uchicago because it's weird and quirky. I think it's just unique to take in a prompt like that and then just make it about dragons. Okay, I think we're gonna move somewhere else just for a little change of scenery. I have an idea. Let's do another transition. Okay, we have moved. New location drop. We are now inside the playground. So let's get this next essay out of the way so I can get out of the kindergarten territory. This is such a full circle thing because I used to play on this playground whenever I was a child, and now I'm reading my college essays here, so isn't that fun? This is a day in the life at the University of Chicago. Here we go. It's a beautiful Chicago morning. The brisk wind tears at my worn-out jacket as the light snowfall blurs my vision. Yet, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I trudge forward against the nipping cold towards the college, where I will be taking my first class of the morning with Professor Amy Drew Stanley. The Forgotten Emancipation. Oh, it's a vlog! Vlog number 19, who would have thought? Welcome to the vlog. I'm headed to class right now, and I'm beyond excited to hear the professor's lesson today. She will be explaining how Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address was a ploy executed by the Congress who freed 100,000 slaves in order to encourage black men to enlist in the Union Army. Pretty shameful, huh? Listening to this side of history makes my heart ache, but it's incredibly insightful, and the course highlights the corrupt foundations of racial equality and societal progression. As we delve further into the faults of our society's substructure, she intensifies my desire to understand the loopholes of the political, law, and social systems that define our current environment. I'm excited to ask questions and engage with the material in order to find their solutions. Definitely my favorite class of the day. I'll record part of the lesson for y'all to see. I also don't know who this professor is. I think I just pulled her off of the uchicago website. During my time here at UCHI, I am pursuing a multidisciplinary approach to the study of law as a tool of social organization and control, rather than expression of will or aspiration. This perspective of the foundations of modern civilizations like the United States and its customs inspires my exploration into the power of true leadership in government. That was quite a mouthful, but really, this idea has fostered my aspiration to be a voracious leader in a society whose values are based upon false intentions. Oh boy. One who leads with objective in establishing equality and promoting equal benefits and opportunities for all of our society's individuals. Personally, I believe that if we didn't have such corrupt leaders, our own country wouldn't be suffering so much from increasing unemployment rates, homelessness, disease, and racial inequality. Was I trying to be president? Was I trying to be the president of the United States or something? What's going on here? What kind of vlog is this, by the way? Who am I speaking to? The Secretary of Defense or something? What is happening? One of my favorite aspects of academic culture here is the core curriculum that allows me to delve into the variety of different academic fields in which I am able to learn from not only my professors but also my peers who are just as passionate about collaborating and teaching as they are about their studies. I am enamored with the topic of outer space. I watch outer space. Remember my socks? Outer space. I watch informative podcasts, fall down the rabbit hole of spine-chilling YouTube videos, and I read captivating National Geographic articles about the components that make up our universe. Because of my obsession with outer space, I enrolled in this course, From Fossils to Fermi's Paradox, Origin and Evolution of Intelligent Life, which is taught by Professor Leslie Rogers, and her research into the formation, interior structure, and entire evolution of exoplanets is beyond fascinating. After taking this class, I have gone full astronaut mode. And now my entire dorm is space-themed. This course conducts an uncommon approach to the question, are we alone in the universe? It investigates recent findings in the context of paleontology, cognitive science, and astronomy. With such a diverse array in the fields of study, I am deeply intrigued and excited to learn about the interaction between the convergence and eventuality within evolution, the selective advantage of intelligence, and the existence and nature of life outside of our planet. Those were big goals for a girl who can't do math. What was I talking about here? Outside of the classroom, I'm continuing to pursue my engagement in my community. uchicago's organization of Black students has truly helped me feel at home in an environment that's a long way from Texas. And I still am not in OPS. I'm hoping to collaborate with this organization of like-minded students who wish to address the issues that plague the Black community. We hold Black History Month programs like the Kent Lecture and Winter Showcase, as well as general body meetings which implore all Black students to ask questions, get involved, and make a change in the uchicago community. Together, we will work to protect each other's development as we make an impact in our community at the University of Chicago. As I continue to pursue my education, I feel greatly supported and empowered by the environment, student life, and culture here on campus. With the opportunity to engage in passionate discussions about topics ranging from the obscurity of whether or not philosophy is actually a blood sport to the hidden symbolism of the gargoyle, the University of Chicago truly is the perfect place to satisfy my social, academic, and oddly specific introspective needs. It's truly one that explores the complexities of human civilization and governance, which allows me to better understand how I can be an impactful member and leader in this ever-evolving society. I did not become an astronaut, did not become a researcher. What I did become is a barista. And boy, am I changing the world. Oops, I'm running a little late to class. I was hoping to stop by Grounds of Being, not Ex Libris Cafe. Love you guys, but for the sake of my workplace, I'm gonna I'm going to fix this sentence. Oops, I'm running a little late to class. I was hoping to stop by Ex Libris Cafe in the Reckenstein Library, but my cafe au lait might have to wait until brunch. Anyways, that's just a little glimpse into my life at the University of Chicago. Wow, I feel so fortunate to be able to attend this beautiful campus. Brown nose. There isn't any place in the world where I would rather pursue my education. I feel at home here, and I hope you guys feel the same way when you watch my vlogs. Love my bad little biscuits. I didn't mean to get all sappy there, but nonetheless, thanks for coming along on this journey. Don't forget to leave a like, hit the subscribe button for uchicago content. And that's it. So I think that essay worked because I guess because I named a lot of things about the university and they liked that. Like I have no idea. I don't think that was a very good essay. It was so BS, but I mean, I guess that's what a university would want, for you to like research the school and then be able to name things about the school that are specific. And have I done anything that I said I would do? Nope. I still haven't even been to Grounds of Being yet, but I guess I need to go there now. But Ex Lib is always going to have my heart, so... Ex Libris Cafe! If you ever go to uchicago, come see me at the cafe, Ex Libris. It's the best cafe on campus. I love all the baristas, though. Anyways, we're going to do one more transition. Oh my god. It's hot outside. Don't move to Texas. I think the video's done. That's it. I've done all of the essays. I don't know what more you could ask from me. Anyways, I'm gonna run home now, so bye.